Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in Darkness in Dublin, the Vampire Masquerade story. And tonight we set the scene once more in Francis's Haven, the one in particular that houses the young toreador Katrina, as the two have organized a small house party involving their herds. In which Katrina and Francis, I can only guess, are hosting, and are using it as an opportunity to share their respective herds, feed, and maybe with satiation calm down and just find a way to reconnect, find a way to tolerate each other more. As yeah, the scene probably begins with everybody's herd already present and really engaging in what they're here to engage in. There is drink to go around, and well, there's probably some people drinking because people like alcohol. Francis is Francis actually goes up to Katrina, and he kind of gestures like with his head. He just kind of nods his head to one of the members of her herd, and he actually says, "Do you mind if I?"
Do I mind if you what?
Like partake, feed. Yeah.
Oh, sure, go ahead. There's plenty of herd to go around. I have three people of my own. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you. Feel free to do the same with mine.
Katrina,
Francis has about half a dozen people, maybe 7 or 8.
Francis, what?
Francis has about half a dozen people, give or take.
Oh, okay. Katrina will nod kind of curtly to him. They're still not on great terms, as she hasn't spoken to him much, aside from the basics of planning this little get together. And she's just gonna nod and she's gonna go off to a member of Francis's herd and ask for their permission to drink.
Um, that, that surprises Francis. Because he's a lot less direct, so it takes them a little bit to figure out that it means to do the nice thing. Um, um, yeah, they don't initially get what you're trying to say, and it probably takes Katrina a little bit of like figuring out like, oh, he like disguises it as something else, like yeah. um,
Also, Francis doesn't explicitly tell the herd, like, I'm drinking your blood.
no, that's technically masquerade breach.
Yeah, but like, okay, well, Katrina's herd are from the well, isn't out of character. Isn't the kink club being opened, or it's already, or is it coming under new ownership, or becoming a haven or something?
It's being opened on Friday.
Okay, well, there's one that already exists, I'm assuming, and that's
Yeah,
like where her herd is from. So her herd, they're all into blood play, so they're chill, so she doesn't have to like kind of go around that. Like they just assume that she's into it as well.
yeah. It's not hard to look around. Um, in fact, it's pretty easy. Um, if Katrina suggests blood play, they're down. Um, it's really just a case of kind of familiarizing yourself with how kind of Francis has kind of worked this herd to to
Okay,
to
well,
to allow them to get them to be fed off of. But yeah, if you
in that
suggest blood play, yeah,
yeah, in that case, she's not gonna be direct. She won't have been direct then.
okay, yeah.
The seems like a smarter option. So she'll go on and start mingling with some of the mortals there and just see how they behave around Francis, how they treat him, how they treat each other, to try and figure out like Francis's angle with them and how things tend to go.
um, they're somewhat casual and flirtatious with him. Um, is probably what I could say about it. They all do what he says. However, they like if he whenever he's like, you notice like whenever he like gestures to them to like do something, they just kind of end up doing it without even realizing that they're doing it. Um, he's kind of got them wrapped around his finger. But I mean, they're definitely pretty flirtatious with him and all that stuff. Um, a lot less kinky than your friends, though. But maybe they just haven't been introduced.
um, After mingling for a little bit, Katrina, I have to hang on 1 second.
Oh, no problem.
Sorry about that. My dad had messaged me.
No problem.
After mingling for a little bit, Katrina will call the members of her herd, 3 people, and probably a gentleman and 2 ladies. She's gonna call them to her and ask if the rest of the party would like to see a show or a demonstration.
Um, it's an overall positive response, I'd say. And there might be a bit of hesitation, but Francis, he kind of quickly makes sure that they're kind of in. He's very encouraging. They seem to be fairly easily swayed by his words.
Okay.
Um, and it's really only like a couple of people who aren't really like resistant. They're just like, what does that mean? Like sort of thing. Like, but he quickly deals with that. But yeah,
All right. So Katrina's gonna pick the gentleman for the evening out of her 3 members of her herd. The other 2 will go on and join the rest of the group. She will she'll run up to her room real quick and come back down with a few implements of mild torture, probably like cat o' nine tails, flogger, and she's going to turn into a bitch, pretty much.
She's kind of.
I don't know how else to say this. She's gonna turn into a bitch because the way that I have her made up is that throughout med school, I think I typed all this up in the group chat, but throughout like college and then med school, she had so much going on and she was in control of so much that she wanted to lose control. So, in finding the club, she subbed for a while and she got these people's trust and they knew her and everything. And since her embrace, they already knew her and trusted her, and she knew what the hell like she was doing because she'd been on that side of things. That some of them just kind of were like, "I'm down." So
Mm.
that's kind of her angle with it. And now that she had literally no control over, or she feels like she has no control over this aspect of her life, she's just like, well, I can control these people
Yeah, pretty much.
for a little bit.
Projection at its finest. I'm proud.
You what?
Projection at its finest. I am proud.
Projection? I have no idea what you said. I'm so sorry.
Oh, projection at its finest. I am proud.
And so she's going to go about this scene. I'm not going to go into like super detail. She's going to go about the scene, have the gentleman remove his top. He has a like white button down and then just like black dress slacks. Like chill party wear, but it's more formal party wear.
Mm.
And she'll bring her one of the members of her herd up to kind of tease him a little bit, to just like mess with him a bit, and then she's going to kick him in the back of the shins, like the back of the knee, because that just like makes you go down real quick.
Yeah.
And she's gonna start bossing him around. I mean,
Word.
she's like, kneel, bitch. I mean, that's pretty. That he's already kneeling, so like, she's gonna use the flogger on him for a bit and whatnot, and then toward after about like 10 minutes of this, and he's in a good chunk of pain, but he's enjoying himself. Her reward to him will be her feeding off them, and then she's just gonna like stare at the rest of the crowd, and then just like glare at Francis a little bit as she's feeding off of him. And then
Roll me charisma or intimidation to entertain the crowd.
oh Jesus, charisma and intimidation.
You're being a bitch.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean charisma. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm just sitting here like I have. Let me find it. Dark Ages. 1 second. She has expression. I mean, that would be wonderful.
You can use expression as well.
So charisma, intimidation, expression.
No, just either intimidation or expression, but not both.
Okay, because I have 0 intimidation. uh,
And here you are, bossing them around. You
3,
need to work up your
and then
game.
5, 6, 7, D10. What the difficulty?
Just 6. Standard.
3 successes, no crit fails.
Oh wow, so quite entertaining. Francis is very entertaining. He's almost like he's almost how to put it. Where's your dice roll, by the way?
Whereas what?
Your dice roll. I don't see it in Darkness and Dublin chat thing.
Oh, I didn't even do that. I used I used my dice roller.
Oh, Yeah.
I'll put it in the chat and then change it if you want.
Yeah, we'll just just roll it in the Darkness and
Yeah,
Deadwood
I
Discord.
forgot about it because of the
But we can say
R
we'll just take the higher
7,
of the successes because this is just fluff. So
17.
okay, we'll definitely take the one where you got 3 successes.
Let me see here. Yeah, this one has fails in it. The other one had 3 successes.
We'll take the one where you got 3 successes.
Okay.
Francis is almost like, I got called out in the middle of the ad. Like that's adorable. I mean, the rest of the crowd is either adequately entertained or slightly turned on. So there you go. You got yourself interest from Francis's herd.
And after that, she'll have the other 2 members of her herd help the gentleman off stage to get himself some snacks and sugar. Because his blood sugar's probably low, his blood pressure's probably low. I don't know. He needs something to eat.
Well, that's been going on. Francis has been flirting with the other member of your herd, and well, he's been quite assertive. He's obviously been exploiting the fact that he knows what they're into, and is definitely putting moves on them. Was being able to slightly rough with them before they more or less. They more or less actually roll charisma subterfuge. Oh yeah, they fall from pretty quickly. He takes a bite out of them, and just while everybody's not looking, he takes a quick bite, gives him a light kiss, and he kind of gives you a almost smug look, as in like I can do it too.
That's about the reaction Katrina would have expected. She's kind of gonna glare at him and then just.
It's almost mischievous than anything else.
Yeah, she's just gonna glare at him a little bit, and I don't know if she's wiped her face yet, but like she's just gonna kind of like wipe her face and then just turn off and assess the interest from members of his herd.
I mean, instead you got 3 successes.
Is Francis slightly jealous of any members of his herd?
Not really. He values them as people, but his emotional connection isn't that high to them.
Shit, that would have been funny.
Yeah, he finds them. He does find them desirous, and obviously he considers himself on good terms with all of them. But it's not like it's not personally close, or at least they probably perceive that of him, but he doesn't feel the same way about some of them. Yeah, be real quick.
What was the last thing you said?
Well, back. But Francis will continue flirting with your head. He's also got an aura. He's got an aura perception. You see how you feel.
What she can?
No, Francis is just scanning your aura to see how you feel.
Oh,
This
of course.
moment in time, as he flirts with your head, and he doesn't feed. Oh, he gets 6 successes. But you do notice one thing, and that's he doesn't feed off of the person you fed off of.
Is that what now?
He does not feed off of a person you fed off of.
Well, I mean, I kind of figured he wouldn't, because that was a gentleman, and he had enough. Like
He has several men above his head.
I wasn't meaning it like that. I was meaning like the gentleman had been drinking from enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you see that um, her aura, they're pale because, I mean, vampire, obviously.
Yeah, six princesses, so basically everything.
Like every single thing.
All the
Okay.
things, yeah. You can just give me emotional state. You don't need to give me colors. It's fine.
I'm using the colors. I like using the colors.
Yay! I like me. All right, let me find you the colors. There we go. There's all the colors.
A little bit of purple mixed with a little bit of like flashes of red. And then, I mean, she's hungry as a bitch and she's eating, so like mostly deep red.
Hmm. But yeah,
I can just copy the entire thing over. I'm looking at
Yep.
it in the I'm looking at it in the screen not screenshot, but in the saved photo from Messenger.
Yeah, Francis. After Francis is done, kind of playing around, he heads on over to you, kind of catches you by the arm. Just goes, enjoying yourself?
I could ask you the same thing.
I am.
What?
I am enjoying myself.
As am I. Your herd is rather kind. I assume the demonstration kind of helped them warm up to me a little bit.
Put things into perspective. You have quite a dark side. You should be careful about that.
What was the last thing? I heard you have quite a dark side.
You have a dark side. I need to be careful about that.
I think I feel most kindred have this side. Though it's only safe if you've been on the other end. This time she's very curt and like she's polite, but she's very aware that she is still irritated with him and that he was a dick to her when she was trying to help and she didn't think she wasn't intending to come off as bratty or rude or anything.
Hmm.
So like she's very aware that she believes he was a dick to her and she thinks that he knew the way she was acting was intended to be helpful and not intended to be like bratty or anything like that.
Yeah, he'll kind of still has a body arm. He'll just say, "Let's talk after tonight." No, after dinner, I guess you could call it that.
What now?
He says, "Let's talk after dinner." I guess you could call it that.
Closest thing I've had to dinner in how many months has it been? And she's not gonna answer that because I mean, what has it been like? Probably 2 months or something since she was turned.
Hmm.
The closest thing she's had to dinner in a while.
Yeah, she's actually probably pretty full if she's been feeding off of Francis' herd.
She hasn't fed off of one of his herd yet.
Uh,
She's about to though.
See you in a bit.
What now?
He just says, "See you in a bit," and he'll walk away.
All right. She'll whichever member of the herd has warmed up to her the most, she's gonna kind of do a much milder version of what she did to the gentleman from her herd. Like no implements or anything. She's not gonna kick this person. Like they have a safe word. She gave them a safe word.
Yeah, I'll say very young, like uni student, like 21 maybe, 22, at the end of his uni course. Fairly strapping young man. Looks fairly well off.
What was the last bit?
He's just a strapping young guy in very early 20s. Looks fairly well off. Fairly pretty, but not as pretty as you.
While she wasn't exactly behaving romantically toward the gentleman from her herd, she's gonna do that to the gentleman from Francis's herd and just kind of like pull him to her and like dance with him a little bit. And
Yeah, that works. Yeah, I get some in it.
What works?
I mean that the dancing, the whole romantically approaching him.
Oh, I thought you were rolling for shit. I was like, what's going on?
No, that's fine. No, you got this guy all sussed out. He's all yours.
Yeah, she's gonna end up kind of looking cozy in a corner with him and then like feed off him a little bit and whatnot. And like at this point she's not looking around for Francis because she can pretty much guess that he's possibly glaring at her.
Kind of. It's more like he's measuring her. Right. He is gazing at her. It could be considered a glare. It's a bit vague.
What now?
It could be considered a glare. He's more like he's just kind of gazing at her.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of hang out with this gentleman for the rest of the evening. Offer him refreshments or something. I mean, after she's had enough from him.
Yeah.
Or enough blood from him. I mean, she's gonna offer him food.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to, she doesn't want anybody lightheaded because she is a freaking doctor. She's like, I'm not gonna have to see you. I'm not gonna see you in my emergency room tomorrow. I'm not gonna see your name on my chart, am I?
Yeah, he's like, no, that's all fine. He has been a lot because it's like a party. It's probably been food and drinks out. People probably been eating and drinking already. So, yeah.
She's just the two that she's fed from. She's making sure they've eaten enough, like because that's part of her. Well, her. I don't even have her nature here, but like her demeanor's caregiver, so she's gonna like make sure they've eaten, make sure they're chill, like almost like an aftercare of sorts.
Yeah, no, they maybe it's the kiss. They seem to really relish in the kiss. In fact, they seem pretty eager for more of it. Um, uh, Perhaps a bit more so than your herd. There's a bit of a difference there. You think? You think maybe that's what Francis uses?
He probably does something.
Yeah. Well, they all seem to be very. I wouldn't say addicted. It's more like they really want the kiss, the vampire kiss. And the way it makes them feel. They want that sensation. I guess in a way you could say it's addiction, but it's not like it's over. It's not like, oh my god, please give it. I'll do anything you want. But yeah, yeah, no, they do what you say. Perhaps in part because you have like because of the kiss, they're much more pliant to you.
Okay. Um, as the night goes on, she's gonna continue like she's gonna mingle more. I mean, this guy, I don't know if he's kind of trailing her at this point. I don't know how that is. She's gonna kind of wind down talking with him and just like mingle a little more, check on her herd, see if they're chill.
Yeah, Francis is biting one, but um, well, funny thing is, he's basically with you and he. You've basically already fed on all of them, but he's still biting into them. But they don't. They're not growing more pet. It's like like you see this for like a good 5 seconds. It's not like they grow any physically weaker. He just seems to be biting them, just kind of giving them the sensation.
So he's not feeding off of them, but she's biting them.
Yeah.
Huh. She's gonna not like nod to him, just like enjoy yourself. Kind of like a my herd is your herd thing, just chill.
Hmm.
And like she's remaining kind of professional with him, even though she's still like she's tense around him and whatnot. She's just like being nice to him as much as she can. Because I mean, she doesn't want to be mean to him, but like he was mean to her, so.
Hmm.
I mean, I think as the night continues to go on, she keeps mingling with people. She'll feed from one other person from his herd.
Yeah, you're pretty close to being full at this point, I think.
Pretty close to what?
Being full.
Yeah. So she'll maybe just have like a tiny bit from this other person.
Just a single blood point.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Um, yeah, Francis continues to mingle. He continues to get your herd under the sway of the vampiric kiss. And yeah, lo and behold, they do seem a lot more open to him after he's done it,
Hmm.
particularly after a couple times. Um, but yeah, eventually the party's gonna kind of start winding down,
Yeah,
and
I was thinking it was gonna start winding down, but I wasn't sure if you had more going on or if it was like. It's for the out of
yeah,
yep, out of character obviously, but like for the shifts in parts of scene, I'm not great at that.
that's fine.
Like that's more
Um,
of like you and Evan and whatnot. I mean, even Monique doesn't really do that, or Christine, Christine.
yeah.
Yeah, like even she doesn't really do that. So
Um,
that's on you.
yeah, as it begins to wind down, uh, both characters I think are fed off of people who've imbibed alcohol, so they might feel a little bit of a buzz. I wouldn't go as far to say they're drunk, but they probably feel the sort of buzz of alcohol in the systems. Um, and probably made the flavors of food, maybe very distantly. But as the party begins to wind down, people are leaving. Your herd's going home. Francis is going home. Everybody's kind of going home. Francis will. As the last person leaves, Francis will walk up to you and he'll say, "Thanks for tonight."
You're welcome. Your herd was most pleasant. Uh, Katrina says this, and she's gonna kind of turn to go and start picking up stuff because I'm guessing there's cups around, maybe little hors d'oeuvre plates or something. She's gonna start straightening up.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just start picking up stuff with her. Probably not that much stuff. It's not that many people, but it's a
No,
fair
but
amount.
like it was still people, so she's like she's gonna clean up. Uh, Katrina's gonna mention. Oh, my hurt seemed to warm up quickly to you. How's that?
It's the kiss, the sensation that mortals get when we bite them. It's a very ecstatic experience. Some mortals who experience it go out of their way to find it again, even if they don't know where it came from.
Fair enough. It's still the mechanics of it all is still new, so
It's not consistent. We're not consistent. So I wouldn't view it like a science.
more of a game of chance.
It's a bit of both, really. But I see you found your way around my head pretty quickly.
Just took a small demonstration. I wasn't quite able to figure out how you had swayed your herd to feed on them, but I figured a demonstration might get them warmed up a little bit.
You definitely know how to get your point across.
Yeah, it's kind of a knack for performance, really. I don't think I'd be a Toreador if I didn't have a knack for performance in some way.
Well, you certainly got that in spades. Yes, the kiss. Well, I mean, you feel it when you feed. It was a bit different when you're bitten into yourself, though.
It's a little different when what?
When you're bitten into yourself.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't think I exactly remember mine. In all honesty, and she's gonna like kind of pause and like hold like she's got a trash bag and she's gonna kind of pause and just like look off for a second, just like thinking. She's like, I don't think I remember mine. Of course, I remember the night and the evening and whatnot, but after a few drinks and going back to my apartment, I don't recall it. It must have been towards the end of the evening because like there was plenty going on. She's kind of gonna redden a bit, just like there was plenty going on,
That is
but
a. We do try to disguise it like that sometimes. There's even a name for people like us who do that.
there's a name for this.
For people who feed like us, yes.
What might that
For
be?
1 second as he actually looks it up. Funnily enough, there's a couple, but well, I believe we are referred to as Suppose I actually find it. No.
Thieves?
Casanovas.
Close enough, I assume.
Some other kindred call us sirens. I quite prefer that one.
They do lure people to their death, so. At least the ones of legend do. Don't even tell me if they're real or not, good lord.
All to a good time.
What?
Or they lure people to a good time. I like to think I give people a good time.
I still don't know what you said. I'm so sorry.
Oh, she said, sorry, Francis just said, um, or they lure people to a good time. I like to think I give people a good time.
I'm sorry. This is out of character. That's just funny.
He does look rather amused by his own comment.
What now?
He does look rather amused by his own comment.
Yeah, Katrina's gonna like stifle a laugh and go kind of shake her head and go back to picking up the last of the things and tie off the trash bag, and then she's gonna turn to him. Am I allowed to go outside to put this in the bin? Like she's being sassy now at this point. Like she still thinks he's being a dick, but like she's gonna ask him.
He just rather casually and mischievously gestures towards the door.
She's gonna go on and go outside if she can, and she's gonna go on outside and put the trash in the bin, and then I guess come back and lock up.
Hmm.
I'm waiting for you to say before she steps out the door.
No. She's allowed to step out the door, put the rubbish in, close the door. She can do that. He's not gonna. He's being nice.
I'm shocked. She's gonna walk back in and say, I'm shocked. I stepped outside. Sweet Mother Mary, I'm free. And now she's just picking at him. I mean,
I would ask how does it feel, but that feels a bit unduly harsh.
what now?
I would say how does it feel, but that feels rather harsh.
Not really. I mean, the the 3 seconds in the night air felt wonderful.
Uh, he takes her by both arms and says, and for once, this rather jovial demeanor, like it kind of changes a little bit, kind of cracks into a somewhat apologetic look, and he does say, I am sorry about how I treated you a few nights ago.
She's gonna kind of like not ignore him, but she's gonna kind of like brush it off, be like, uh, nonsense, it was deserved. How did you say it? A fledgling must learn their place.
Doesn't mean Doesn't mean I don't have to recognize you for who you are.
For what it's worth, I was only trying to help. I wasn't trying to make you feel inferior in front of Hennessy or his goon.
I'm sorry, it was a surprise, and all of that was a surprise, and it's not the first time it's even happened. And I was angry and I lashed out unfairly. To be honest, I panicked slightly when I saw the one behind you. I half expected them to make an attempt on your life.
After the first meeting with Hennessy, I kind of figured he wouldn't right out try to kill me. So even though I didn't notice there was somebody else there at the time, I figured I was, I'm not going to say safe, but I figured I was okay enough to speak with him. It wasn't, I didn't feel that my life was in danger.
I know him. I'm just worried about you.
That's much appreciated.
How's that aura been looking this entire time, by the way? Is she still mad?
How's hers? Uh, I'm not even going to mention that it's pale, because, like, it's pale.
Yeah, it's pale. Yeah,
That's not
we can assume that.
changing. Um, where the hell is relieved? Like, slight relief, whatever color that might be. I mean, let's make it.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
more like relief might be more of a pattern. So it might be like a maybe a
well,
wash.
there isn't a pale orange, so a very pale orange, almost like orange cream. So that we're making that relief. Uh, she still has flashes of deep red. I mean, like, she's full, but whatever.
Mm.
Let's go there. And she's kind of calming down after the night, so there's some light blue as well.
Mm. I just I don't want you to think that I don't value you. I yeah, I care about you, Katrina.
She's gonna nod and reply, I wouldn't have gone outside or stayed outside if I didn't care about you. I would have stayed inside. Ignored the fact that your head got fucking bashed in if I didn't
No,
give a shit.
you know, you'd be surprised how quickly uh, how quickly that wears off. I think it may have looked worse than it actually was.
I figured out quickly that vampires heal and I suppose regenerate quickly.
Well, we
But
have
that
to.
doesn't change the fact that there's a very strong medical background, and when something looks like that, it equals death or severe, severe trauma.
Oh, if he wanted to kill me, he could have done so.
Exactly.
That actually was fairly soft, to be honest. We can actually we can actually take quite a lot of punishment, you know.
Quite a lot of what?
Punishment.
She's gonna not say, I assume so, but it was still an instinct reaction on my end. She's gonna turn and go to like fluffing pillows and like straightening up last minute things. Like the trash is up, but she's gonna go back to like organizing shit back to how it was.
Mm. He he helps a little bit. Eventually, I mean, they're done within like 30 seconds, so
Whatnot.
they're done within about 30 seconds. So
I still don't know what you said. I'm so sorry. I heard
uh,
30 seconds.
yeah, no, they're just like they clean up the place in about 30 seconds because they're already done the vast majority of it.
Yeah. Uh, After she's done, she'll turn to him and say, "Well, I don't think there's any more to clean up," and just kind of like stand there, like, "I think this is done." And she's gonna flop. She's gonna flop down on the couch at this point because like she's probably not tired, but like there was a lot of people around, and now it's finally like chilled out and whatnot. So she's gonna go on and flop down on the couch.
He'll sit down on the couch and he just kind of wraps an arm around her and kind of allows her to rest against him if she wants to.
She's gonna do like a heavy sigh because she's just like, okay, he's not angry at me anymore. Things are kind of back to how they were, and just kind of like lean into him and like curl up, I guess. Like her feet are up on the couch, like she's curled up on the couch.
He he actually
Oh,
kind of just wraps his second arm around her, so they're kind of like in a semi embrace.
1 second before that, I'm gonna say if she hasn't already taken her shoes off, because she was probably in heels. The shoes are fucking off. Like she's not having her feet up on the couch with shoes in them. I feel like that's super minor, but like that needs to be stated.
Hey,
She's gonna kind of look up at him. What is it?
Thanks for looking out for me.
Anytime.
He'll give her a very soft kiss on the cheek.
She'll kind of smile at him and just like close her eyes and lean against him.
He just kind of lets her rest there for about a minute.
She's gonna start speaking. She's gonna say, it's the least I can do after you taking on the role of mentor. Although honestly, if we had met the same way and it wasn't a mentor thing, I probably still would have looked out for you. You're not as rough and tough as the title of sheriff lends you to be. At least that's not the only side of you.
I wouldn't want it to be.
What?
I wouldn't want it to be.
She's just kind of gonna nod and then just like let it go quiet.
He just kind of like rests his forehead against hers.
What, his forehead?
Forehead. So they're probably like really close together at this point. They're like a ball.
Yeah. She's gonna fuck it. She's gonna lean in and kiss him.
Yeah, he'll kiss back. Pretty passionately, actually.
I don't know how far you want this to go. Out of character, like I don't know how these things go with within Vampire the Masquerade. I know it's more explicit generally as a game than like D&D, but
Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Don't get too explicit.
I'm not gonna like there's a level that's accepted and it's like kind of just leaves a bit to the imagination, and then there's like a little bit told, and then I'm not going like that shit crazy.
yeah, no, that's
Like
cool.
a little bit told is chill. Like she's gonna kiss back and whatnot and just kind of lean into him a bit.
Yeah, he kind of allows her to just lean into him for a few minutes. But eventually he kind of just tips her chin up with the knuckle of his thumb and kisses her again.
After a couple minutes of this, she's gonna kind of pull back and then just like put her head back on his chest. Like she's not speaking at this point. Like she's just kind of just like
Yeah, she just wraps his arm around him. They'll probably just continue to make out for a good few minutes.
Yeah, after the few minutes, she's gonna just like just pull away and kind of look at him like she's not confused, but she's not fully understanding. She definitely not fully understanding how Francis is, and she's slightly curious at this point. She's just like, okay, but I mean, she's obviously chill with it, so.
Yeah. He kind of looks at her too, kind of looks at her back. How's the aura looking? Because he hasn't actually turned off aura side stage. I actually forgot to say he did, so it's
I
still up.
did a bit ago. It calm, slightly anxious, like just tiny bit. Uh, and then still like a few flashes of deep red, but also like mostly the vermilion.
Okay. Any blue there?
Huh?
Any blue?
And he blinks. Oh, any blue.
Any blue?
I thought you said and he blinks.
Oh no.
I'm like,
Well,
he's just blinking, like staring at this point.
well, he does have Master of the Masquerade. He actually does blink very naturally like a human. But no, this is what I was referring to because it's kind of
Uh,
very threatening.
sure, why the hell not? Like teeny pinpoint of it. Like you take like quite literally pinpoint of it, but it's mostly color washed out by this mostly calm, like light blue and vermilion.
Okay.
So he's gotta look real hard to see a little bit of that. Like that's just like super teeny bit.
No, it's a good thing I got 6 successes then.
Okay, she's okay, fuck it, I'm rolling. She's gonna try and see his aura. What is it that she rolls again?
Perception plus your empathy. I think for you, you have what's your Auspex level?
I have it at 2 now.
Oh,
Yeah,
do you have heightened senses up?
I I have one now.
Heightened senses.
Yeah, I have heightened sense. Oh,
Do you,
sorry about that.
no problem. Have you activated them? Because it.
I haven't spent a blood point to activate the heightened senses thing.
Oh, you don't need to. You can just do it whenever you want.
Okay, so she can activate heightened senses and then use the aura thing.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
works.
Okay. It'll be diff 6 for you then.
Okay, so it'll be what was it you just said? Empathy.
Perception plus empathy, difficulty 6.
Okay. Okay.
We get 1 success. Yeah. Oh.
I have a single one, but 2 10. You are
Okay.
kidding.
1 cancels out 1 of the 10s, so
Okay, so
you
she
have
has
one
one success.
success.
But
So
that's a
you
10, so like that doesn't work like how it does in D&D, does it?
no. If you had a specialty, 10s would count for 2 successes. Unfortunately, you have 4 dice, so it would be impossible for
Yeah,
you to have a
I have.
specialty. Let me double check then. What you get?
The one, she can just tell he's a fucking vampire.
I think of one. It's like yeah, you can only determine the shade of his aura.
Yeah, that's it.
You can indeed tell that he is a vampire. Congratulations.
she, she's gonna. In the very back of her mind, she's kind of just like, no shit.
But I want to know his colors. God.
In the very back, she's just like, no shit.
No, Francis, like, obviously, he sees her anxiousness in her aura, and to assuage it, he kind of just leads her a little bit. She kind of just he does is he wraps his arms around her waist.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he kind of like slip underneath her shirt a little bit, and he begins kissing her, but then he begins to kiss on her neck, and then you probably feel like a very sharp pinprick of sensation as he begins nipping at your neck. It is super ecstatic. It is the kiss. It feels like the best thing ever. It is literally 100 times better than sex.
Before he actually does this, like he's gonna catch her like mid sentence. She's gonna be she's gonna attempt to on her end because she's anxious. She's gonna attempt to not lighten the mood, but lighten her anxiousness and go like trying to remind me of the embrace, and then just make this funny a little bit.
That actually causes him to smile a little bit as he continues nipping at your neck, and then eventually it quickly culminates into his fangs kind of sinking into her neck proper, and well, the kiss is actually a self-control roll, difficulty 8 for anyone who feels it. So roll that.
What is it?
Self-control, difficulty 8.
Hell is self control.
It's a virtue you have.
I have it. It's somewhere over here.
Basically, what happens is that if you
Self
fail the
control over
check, you
instinct.
basically become sort of entranced or temporarily paralyzed by the sheer ecstasy. It kind of just overwhelms you.
Like levity more.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of like if you fail the
Pretty
roll,
much.
you basically act like a mortal, like you just succumb to the kiss. The reason you can roll against it is because you're a kindred, so you are stronger than mortals. But if you fail the roll, you still succumb like a mortal.
You said difficulty 8.
Difficulty is 8, yes.
She's fucked up.
Oh wow, yeah,
7, 6,
it's
4, and 7.
you are perhaps you are very much reminded of the embrace, but it's this sensation is starkly memorable, because there's really nothing else like it. Only a kindred can do this, um, and it really just kind of just uh, completely blows any other sensation you felt out of the water other than this. Again, probably fragments of your embrace do come back in memories just because the sensation is so immensely overpowering. It's so ecstatic. It's you it's like it's kind of like your entire body's on fire, but in a good way. It's just incredibly warm, ecstatic sensations throughout your entire body. And
Yeah, at this point, whatever. I'm guessing her hand was like on his upper arm or something. Yeah, her nails are digging into him. That because I'm guessing she's kind of like frozen.
yeah, she basically can't really take any action, particularly not
Yeah.
against Francis, particularly not against the person doing it. But yeah, she when he kind of releases her, and you see that he actually licks the bite mark clean, as you kind of feel the aftermath of all these warm feelings in your body. Particularly, they emanate from your neck because that's where he bit you. He smiles lightly and kisses her.
She's she's barely moving. I'm guessing, I don't know if she has much movement at all. I'm guessing once she's released, she has some, but after that, I'm guessing she's probably just not drained, but probably feels super heavy. So she's getting very, I'm guessing the word languidly,
Mm-hmm.
very languidly and lazily returning this kiss to him.
Yeah, she'll roll self-control difficulty 8.
She will?
No, I have to.
Oh.
Well, I
I was
mean,
gonna
he
be
feels
he
very
has
much the
to
same
again?
way.
Chloe, get off my page.
No, he feels very much the same way. He fails the check, so the sensation is all but overwhelming.
Ha! If she failed the check, at least he did too. Okay,
Yeah.
what does his fail check mean?
It just means he was paralyzed in the same way that you are, and you were. Sorry.
Oh, so they get paralyzed after it as well?
No, because you're biting him now.
Oh no, she
You
didn't.
just kissed him. Okay, that's fine. I
Yeah.
completely okay. So I ignore that roll then. I completely misinterpreted that. Haha. Words. They have
I
different
mean,
meanings.
we can roll with that. At this point, if he failed as well, she yeah. Rewind, do that. So because he failed as well. I mean, it's a very amusing form of karma.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. What do? Just bite him. Keep him there for a few minutes.
Yeah, she's not gonna go really exactly at his neck. She's gonna go more for the space between where your neck begins and where your shoulder bone is.
Yeah, kind of like the collar.
Yeah, there's the space between the collarbone and the actual neck where it starts to go up. That's it's not bone, but it's tendon almost, and it's super soft and sensitive.
Hmm.
So yeah, she chooses there because I mean the neck kind of typical.
Yeah, I mean, he just, he lets out a very heavy sigh and embraces the moment fully. As his entire body is filled with the ecstasy of the kiss. He just kind of revels in it.
Yeah, after a few moments, she's not gonna have this last as long as his did. So after a few moments, she's gonna kind of just break away and then lick that closed and just kind of lean her forehead against the shoulder where she had just bitten.
Warm, happy memories.
Did you just put that in bold?
No, no, I put that in bold a few minutes ago when asking you about it.
Oh, okay. I'm like, did you just put that in bold?
No, but he does ask. He does rather jokingly ask her happy memories.
He's gonna what?
He jokingly asks any happy memories.
She's kind of gonna gulp before she begins to speak, and she's speaking at little above a whisper. Not that compared to the feeling of it as a kindred. Better as a kindred. Can she try to read his aura again?
Yeah, she can try.
Okay. Empathy and perception. Yeah, 40. Wish me luck. Okay, today, bot. Okay, the bot's not doing it for me right now.
God damn it, bot.
Huh?
I'll roll it and see what happens.
I mean, I put it in right.
Yeah, it's just not working. Just roll it in the other dice roller and see what happens.
Oh, roll with the other dice roller.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't see it, but I trust you, so that's
2,
fine.
3, 4, D10. 1, 4, 3, 4. She fucked up.
That's an
She
erroneous reading.
That's
Um,
yeah, it's not working after all that.
yeah, the amount of colors in his aura are almost blinding. It actually probably leaves you dazed and overstimulated in your eyesight.
I mean, she's already dazed and overstimulated. Now she's blind.
Yeah, Francis just kind of registers her looking kind of registers her reaction, knowing that she obviously tried to do something. Um, kind of smiles.
She's giving up on.
He's just going to say distracted. I'm not going to be very helpful with that.
She'd given up on auras for the evening, possibly for the week. um, she's gonna just shake her head and then she's gonna just shake her head like, no, some things don't work as quite well as you want them to.
No, but try not to sound too tired. Tonight's not even close to over.
She's gonna look back up at him. Her eyes are kind of wide now because she's kind not out of it, but like post overstimulation haze, and she's just like, what now?
He'll demonstrate by kissing her and then biting down her neck to her collar, and then he slightly pulls on the collar of her shirt and bites there as well. Um, just kind of sends the same sort of effect of the kiss reverberating throughout her entire body.
Does she have to roll again?
Yeah, he also pick her up
Of course he did.
as he bites and kisses her.
Alright, it is self-control for. Let me. Oh, now the roll went through. Now you go through. Okay, screw you. R4. D10. See if it works on this time.
That's a botch.
She's failing these left and right. 1, 4, 5, 5.
Wow, that's like, man, like his.
Yeah, she can't do anything.
Yeah, I don't even like that's a botch, so it's even worse. Like even like his kiss is almost addicting. Like you just want to keep feeling it even after the fact.
I need to buy self-control points.
Um, yeah, I mean, as he kisses you, he actually he carries you up to his room. He does let go though, but he basically just when he releases you, I mean, you're basically making out against a wall.
Yeah, she has no choice. She's going along with it, and I mean, if she could consent, she kind of consented at the beginning of this because she did it first. So
Oh yeah, it should be noted she's never so out of control that
yeah,
she can't yeah, so she can pretty much um but yeah, I mean I think at this point they begin to get their clothes off because obviously.
okay, hang on 1 second. My dog is literally climbing up my shoulder, around my back. What are you doing?
He wants to give you the bite.
She's this fluffy little evil thing, and she'll sit there and stare at you for a minute, and then she'll just like climb over you. Yeah, she's going along with this.
Um as they probably fall onto the bed, Francis will actually say he kind of like cups her face like in one of his hands,
Hmm.
and he smiles and just says, heighten your sense of touch.
And he says, "What now?
Heighten your sense of touch.
Can she can she choose not to?"
Yeah, she doesn't have to.
Okay, she's allowed to choose not to. She's like, if the kiss is already over, she's gonna like she's trying to speak, and she's kind of like saying this like breathily, and she's like, if the kiss is already overstimulating, there's no way in hell I'm doing that right now. Meaning she's not heightening her sense of touch. She's not heightening any senses right now. Like they're heightened enough already.
Your loss. Because he does.
she's gonna um she's gonna test him and kind of observe how heightened this makes it, because like she doesn't want to experience herself, but she wants to see how it is on somebody else. Like measures facial reactions and whatnot. She's gonna just like brush her fingers down his down his arms.
It's well,
Like,
like before he was always in a bit more control than you, apart from that one instance where you broke it. Just because he's obviously been in this state before. But now he always looks like he's on the verge of losing control. Like it's such a strong feeling that it gets a reaction out of him, like a really strong one. It's kind of hard to gauge how he feels from facial expressions and like how he moves, because it really is just like an overpowering sensation that isn't always adequately expressed.
Like
But
it's clear to her that he is not in complete control at this moment.
he is, like, in the sense of he's in, like, he's like, in the sense that he could stop if he wanted to. It's just that he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he is very much given way to the sensation in that sense because it is so good.
Yeah, she's gonna kind of giggle a little bit, and if Francis's eyes are open, he's gonna see that she has like a shit-eating grin on her face, like mischievous ass grin, shit-eating grin.
He
And she's gonna as quickly as she can, she's going to flip over on top of him, as assuming she's able to. Like he's not gonna keep her from doing this. What virus and threat protection? She's gonna flip over on top of him and bite him at this point. On the side of his neck this time.
yeah, I feel like we should roll, like, uh what would this be? Like, dexterity, subterfuge, seduction, roll off.
But what? What all is
I
it?
don't know.
Okay, strength and strength or dexterity, I would think. And then what would it be? I'm literally flipping here. Uh I don't know exactly what subterfuge does.
It's like um lying, misdirection, and seduction.
She has none of that.
Then you work with like Then you work in like a kink club? You have
Yeah,
no
I didn't. No,
subterfuge?
I thought subterfuge was I looked at it and I thought it was like how well you blend in with other people.
That's it too, yeah. It allows you to blend in with other
Yeah,
people.
that's all I read from it. I didn't read anything
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, it's actually quite a diverse ability. Also
Uh,
allows you to engage in double speak and stuff like that, like implying things rather than outright saying them.
okay. Yeah, next month I'm gonna spend some money on, or not money, but points on that.
So we roll in dex, subterfuge.
And charisma or performance.
No, it's only two stats. It's never three or four.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dex is 3d10.
Also add your celerity.
Her celerity is. Oh, so I'm adding the 2 dots of celerity.
Yeah, because they actually add to any dexterity dice roll.
2. Okay, so the 3 that you see was her
Oh wow, she actually scores really high.
yeah, was her dex, and then the 2 because she has 2 points of celerity.
She gets a success on literally every dice. That's actually really well done. Oh wow, and a specialty. Francis, unsurprisingly, has a specialty in seduction. So
Jesus Christ.
his goal is to actually try and get her to use her heightened sense of touch during all this.
His goal was to what?
Try and get her to use her heightened sense of touch.
So what is he gonna succeed, or is she gonna change her mind and do this, or
Yeah, it's your choice. He gets 30. He gets 12 successes.
10?
No, because his 10's double because he has a specialty.
Oh hell!
So he is
You have 3 10s, dude.
our free 10. No, I think that's just my no. The final 10 is how many successes I got.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he gets 12 six. Well, he's definitely on top of. Well, Katrina doesn't get on top of him. He's definitely on top of her.
Shit.
Whether she uses heightened sense of touch is up to her. Although it
She's
is
not.
very tempting with that kind of successes.
She's not gonna use heightened sense of touch. But I'm guessing he still has his going on. So like she bit the side of his neck.
Hmm. Well, he was gonna bite her. That's kind of what the tussle was. That's kind of what the roll was about. He wanted to bite her. So roll again. Roll your self control.
Roll self control. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
This is where I. This is where I'm very grateful for my 5 celerity dice. Okay. Yeah. With one
A
success,
single
she remains just kind of barely in control of herself. It's this time she can kind of actually react to her surroundings as he bites into her.
Yeah, again, her nails are digging into him, except it's like the other arm this time. Or honestly, it's probably his back at this point. Can she attempt just straight dexterity roll to flip him over? Or to flip both of them over?
Flip both of them over, sure. He probably let you flip both of you over.
If he
So,
lets her, then do it.
well, yeah, he'll definitely let her. They'll kind of end up flipping both over.
Okay. Yeah, he can probably feel her just like grinning against him.
What are you smiling about? He asks her what she's smiling about, and again in
I
a
mean,
rather mischievous, devious way.
no, I got that. She's gonna kind of let go of him and look at him and just go like, nothing at all. And like, she still has a shit-eating grin. Like she's just not answering him. She's just like, nothing at all.
Liar. He's
She's
he's
gonna.
good.
Hmm?
He's gonna bite her. He's gonna try and get her to tell him by biting her. You see, he kind of like he kisses her and then nuzzles himself underneath her neck and bites her again.
My okay, out of character, my IRL reaction was literally just the most deadpan face you have ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of just like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, he's kind of got her on that one.
Yeah. Another self control, I guess.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna keep doing it though. Until she tells him.
She got 2 successes. What is it? Difficulty 6 or
It's difficulty 8. Oh, wow, no, she actually loses
1?
control on that.
She got 1 success on that.
The one takes away from successes.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, so she loses control again. Once again, the most pleasurable sensation in the world.
At this point, you know the emoji with the 2 hands up, just kind of like fuck it. That's in
Mm-hmm.
the back of her mind, and that's pretty much her thought process. Is just like fuck it, because she can't do anything about it. Like unless she like actually wanted to stop, like seriously wanted to stop. Like she just like fuck it. Is he going to let go of her? And
Eventually, yeah, because he wants an answer from her.
he wants to what now?
He wants to know what she's smiling about.
She's gonna shake her head and lean down to kiss him, but she's going to bite his bottom lip.
Fair. But keep in mind, you can always spend a willpower on these rolls to get automatic successes. Did you not know
No, I didn't know that.
that?
This is like the 4th scene I've ever done. I haven't finished reading the book. I've skimmed the book.
Well, he does spend willpower on this, and thank God he did, because he would have botched otherwise.
He did spend a willpower on it.
He did, yeah.
Son
That's
of a
kind of why I
bitch.
brought it up, because I was going to start spending willpower, and I didn't know if you knew, because you hadn't used it up until this point. But yeah, he's in control. Just barely. But he enjoys the sensation immensely.
I mean, no duh, but like, okay, she's gonna move down to the other spot on the shoulder that's like at the base of the neck as quickly as she can to avoid being bitten by him. Now let's hope you don't spend another willpower.
You know what? I think I know what he's going to do, because he's going to be real cheeky.
I mean, obviously.
Yeah, he uses celerity. As she goes to bite him, he actually catches her. Kind of where the chest and neck connect. Considering like Katrina's in a sort of languid state.
Yeah, she wasn't hard to catch.
Yeah.
She's just gonna huff at him, just like a pouty huff.
Yeah, he releases her pretty quickly, so you don't need to make the roll. He says
He released her
he releases her and smiles deviously and says, I have my tricks.
and says, "What now?"
I have my tricks.
She's gonna nod and then attempt one more time to do what she just tried to fucking do.
Yeah, I'll roll it. Instead of power would be nice. Oh, he actually succeeds.
Fuck!
And as he's enjoying the sensation, Katrina is just slowly toppled over. and he's just
Yeah, she's given up on trying to get him to lose control now. She's just like, she's got control with her herd. She might as well not have not be in control at all in this house. So
yeah. Like the weirdest part is like how he like how his hands like kind of wrap around her and move through her body is like just it's just ridiculous. This is like insanely seductive. This literally like his 10 successes was basically how he handled her. But no, I think we can fast forward because it's pretty obvious where the situation's
yeah,
going. They vibe, they kiss, they have sex. It's good.
yeah.
He does try and tempt her again into using her heightened senses, though.
Assuming what I just said, because I said she might as well just not be in control at all in this house. She's gonna do it.
Yeah. It really is even better. Um, there are probably parts where she kind of like enters an almost fugue-like state because it's so good.
And almost what?
Like an almost fugue-like state, like she almost blacks out because it's like that good.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what Lady Moore is. Like that's little death. So
Yeah,
I
it's,
mean,
it's euphoria taken to its logical extreme.
yep.
It's actually amazing Francis is able to control any aspect of it.
Yeah, I guess
But
I think a fast forward would be appropriate.
yeah, and then a fast forward when kind of uh, kind of on the downturn. Francis actually just has his arms wrapped very gently around Katrina.
But is this like afterwards, or is this like afterwards and then they slept and then it's like middle of the day, but like when did their clothes or something? Or
No, they've just they've finished, and it's like kind of they've hit the downturn, and the night's not over. It's just you're
okay,
not entirely sure how long you spent doing it though.
yeah, she's quietly like laying with her head on his chest. Just she's not super verbal because I mean, if still having control was overstimulation, and then losing control with overstimulation, and then intensifying or heightened senses. Yeah, she's not super verbal.
Yeah, some kind of just runs up her thigh to her chest, and eventually just kind of just tips her chin ever so slightly, so she's looking at him.
Well, the last bit you said tips her chin up, and then what?
He just tips her chin up so that she's looking at him, and he just gives her a very soft kiss.
She'll return the kiss, and then just like smile at him. It's like a very exhausted smile.
Enjoy yourself.
She she's gonna nod and just kind of go mm-hmm, and then just kind of like raise her eyebrows and like just kind of mumble you.
I haven't had this much fun in a long time. Just kind of gently strokes her cheek with the back of his hand. His other hand's kind of wrapped around her. It's kind of like gently stroking her waist.
She's gonna reach up to where his hand is on her face and just kind of like hold his hand. She's gonna ask him what, like, she's gonna mumble, like, what time is it?
Couple hours to sunrise. We went on for quite a while.
She's gonna tell him to hold on for a minute. Well, actually, before this, she's gonna ask him, how many years has it been since he's actually, like, seen a sunrise?
It's been... Don't think I've ever tried it since I was done. Why?
She's gonna get up and just kind of like motion for him to follow her. She's gonna go to her room and like flop down in the chair, like her desk chair, and she's gotta she has a camera that she can use for time lapse at her apartment, like it's on the, or it's her apartment or like condo type thing because she owns it, but it's she has a top level room there, and considering she had the top level room, she'd gone onto the roof, and this was like before being turned. This was one of her things that she does for her, not hobby, but she gets inspiration sometimes for this, and she enjoys watching time lapses, and uh, she gets inspiration sometimes for her artwork from this. She's gonna pull up a video of the live feed of, like, you see the night sky over like Dublin, and it's from the perspective of like the roof of her apartment. So like from there you can, quick question, is your place in like the city of Dublin?
Blackrock's on the south side of Dublin, but it is inside Dublin. It's along the coastline.
Okay, so like in the corner you can kind of see like parts of your building, but you see the city, like kind of parts of the city of Dublin and like where the sun's gonna rise. Because she has the camera angled there. She also has the camera angled on the opposite way for like moonrise. But she's gonna pull this up and then put it up to like so it's full screen on the computer, and just turn around and just look at him for like to see if he has a reaction at all.
He's very taken by the sunrise. Something that he hasn't seen in a very long time, so it's very stimulating. It stimulates a lot of memories in him. He actually kind of takes a little pad you're using to show him, and he just kind of looks at it for a little bit.
It's on the like it's on the computer, and it like sunrise is about to start, but like it's a live feed, so it's probably still like mostly dark, but like she's gonna cut the change the settings on the computer so it doesn't go to like a sleep mode or a pause mode, you know. And she's gonna just like scoot the chair to the side so she can see from her bed and just like curl up in bed and tell him, "You can join me if you want." The sunrise will start in about like 45 minutes. I have no idea how long it's been since you've seen one, and
Well, we'll get into bed with her. It's not like they haven't shared a bed already, so.
I mean,
Thank you, Katrina.
you're welcome, Francis. Katrina's probably gonna fall asleep during the like early parts of the sunrise,
Mm.
and just like, but the screen's up for him to watch it.
Uh, before she falls asleep, he will have one last sort of bite to the neck, and you see him. He does this. He nips his thumb, and his lips are very lightly stained in his vitae, and he just plants a kiss on Katrina's lips. Sema vitae is actually very alluring, particularly his, as it's quite rich. His generation is quite low, so.
What was the last bit you said? I think I heard
Um,
the word generation.
yeah, his generation is quite low, so the sense of his vitae is actually very, very sweet and alluring, and you can very faintly taste it on your lips. Of course, imbibing it entirely would create a blood bond, but she doesn't necessarily have to.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna attempt to roll on the biting. I mean, there's no point in that.
Ah,
She'll just return his kiss like she's half asleep, but she's gonna return his kiss and then just go on and like fall asleep.
and he will watch the sunrise as he then falls asleep. And spends a willpower point because the sunrise is terrifying. Um, and I think that's what we can call the scene. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We'll see you all next time.